Okay, Mary, so I understand you're here for some low back pain, is that right?
That's correct.
Can you describe to me where you have your low back pain?
Sort of the lower end of my back and right at the top of my tailbone, and the pain goes down into my left glute and left hamstring.
Okay. And so can you just tell me how that came to be?
It came to be from a rigorous day of yard work.
And how long ago was that?
That occurred on May 1st. So lifting and raking and sort of the bending and stretching movements.
And was there a particular movement that brought on the pain, or was it gradual?
It wasn't until after that I was experiencing some pain. At the time, I thought it was just getting fatigued, just tired, and then it was until about a day later that I actually felt the pain.
Okay. And was the pain initially just in the lower part of the back, or did it right away go into your leg?
It was initially right in the lower part of the back. It wasn't until later, with more activity, that it went down into my leg.
Okay. So what are some of the activities or movements that seem to make the pain worse?
Bending over, sitting, anything where I have to carry something from the floor, so lifting objects.
Okay. And when you experience your pain at its worst, what would you rate it out of 10?
Probably an 8.
And then do you ever get times when you have no pain at all?
Yep. Lying down, I don't experience any pain.
Okay. And what would you say your pain is on average?
Probably about a 4.
And if you were to describe the sensation, what do you think it feels like? Is it a sharp pain, or is it a dull pain?
Initially, when I was sick and I was coughing, it was sharp pain, excruciating pain, and I would say now it's more of a dull ache.
Okay.
It gets worse towards the end of the day, so after a day of working, it gets worse as the day goes along.
And what kind of work do you do?
It varies between desk work typing and being in my car driving. So a lot of sitting.
And are you able to meet all your job demands at the moment, or are you
Yep.
having to?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that you experienced some pain with coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been sick recently, or just noticed that?
I got sick about 12 days after the injury, and I had a chronic cough that didn't go away for about 4 weeks. And during that time, the pain in my back was excruciating. So since I've been healthier, the pain has subsided quite a bit.
So you haven't had any coughing recently?
Probably for about the last week. It's been very minimal.
Okay. Now you mentioned you feel better with lying down. Is there any other movements or positions that seem to make it feel better?
I wouldn't say temporary relief from changing positions, but then it'll start to ache again. So if I was to stand or stretch, there may be, temporary relief.
Okay.
But standing for long periods of time, my back will also hurt.
Okay. And if you had to sit for an hour or stand for an hour, what would be worse?
Sitting.
And are you taking any medication or anything like that?
Not for the back.
Are you taking medication for any health conditions?
Just for the cough.
Okay. Do you know what kind of medication that is?
Dynatap C with codeine.
Okay. And so you have some pain that goes down the back of your leg. Do you have any numbness or tingling?
No.
Have you noticed any weakness in your feet, clumsiness in walking, catching your toe, and things like that?
No, none of those.
Have you had any change in bowel or bladder function?
No.
Okay. Is this the first time you've had back pain?
No.
Can you give me an idea what some of your previous problems were?
February of last year, so February '09, I was rear-ended after leaving physio and experienced lower back pain and whiplash.
And had you recovered from that?
For the most part. It took about 8 or 9 months.
So prior to this episode, your back had been feeling okay?
I've had periods of back pain throughout the years, but I hadn't received treatment. Consistently, I guess you would say. I have received treatment, but just not on a regular basis. It's just been off and on over the years.
Okay. And do you have any other problems in other areas of your body?
I had the whiplash, so I had the neck and shoulder injury, and then I suffered whiplash again in December '09 from a fall, and so I got treatment again in my neck, but that has been healed and recovered since then.
Okay. All right, so no troubles in your legs or hips or?
No.
Okay. Right. Have you had any x-rays or MRI, imaging, anything like that?
I had one x-ray probably about 4 years ago.
And was that of your low back?
It was, yeah, mostly of my low back. I think it was a spinal x-ray, so I think it had an image of my complete entire back, but the focus was on my low back.
Okay. And can you just tell me what your goals are for treatment? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Just to be back at a pre-treatment activity level, so being able to exercise and not feel any pain.
Okay, and what kind of exercise do you like to do?
Well, I like to run, but I also like to cross-train and do weight training, and that's the exercise I cannot complete, is the weight training right now.
And the running seems to be okay?
The running's okay.
Okay, and you said you're meeting your job demands at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular at work that you're hoping to tolerate a bit better?
Oh, sitting, definitely.
Now, could you give yourself a self-assessment on your sitting posture? Would you describe it as a
Poor.
poor? So
Yeah.
when you say poor, does that mean
I slouch,
slouch?
and I have rounded shoulders, and so, yeah, that would be definitely, I slouch too much.
Okay. And have you ever noticed a change in discomfort if you get out of a slouch position, or have you tried that yet?
Yeah, and again, it's temporary, but it does relieve
Okay.
the pain.
Your workstation, would you say it's a comfortable workstation? The computer height, everything
Yeah.
is, nothing feels awkward or?
No, I've been sort of ergonomically assessed so that everything is at the right level.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me about your back pain that I haven't asked you about?
No, I think you covered it all.
Okay.